Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a quick video. I wanted to go over reasons that you shouldn't just go and zero out the PE power enrichment or a CAT over temp spark adder table. It's there for a reason. The factory uses it for a reason, and I wanted to go over a little bit of why it's there and why just zeroing it out isn't always the best answer. Alright, I'm in a 2012 GMC Sierra 6.2 liter file. This is a stock file just for reference. So you can find this under Engine, Spark, Advance, and then it's going to be under here Fuel, Gas. So as you can see, this is going to be PE/COT, Spark Advance Correction Table for gasoline versus RPM versus EQ ratio. Pretty straightforward. The numbers in the table add to the commanded spark advance based on the RPM and the EQ ratio. So as you can see, EQ ratio here on the left, as it gets richer or greater than 1, it shows that we're adding timing. So it does this for when it's commanding a richer mixture, like at wide open throttle when it's in power enrichment, or whenever CAT over temp comes into play. It's doing this because a lot of times these are set up to be really, really rich from the factory, and we've got to add some spark advance in there to gain some efficiency back due to the overly rich conditions that it's running. Now, it's really common practice to just go in and zero this table out. You're really not going to see an issue doing it the majority of the time, especially if you're in a lighter weight car, a manual car. You might be able to get there if you're not downshifting, if you're not keeping the revs up. Most of the time, an automatic's going to downshift before you kind of run into some of these issues that I'm going to talk about. But really, one of the primary reasons that I have found to not zero this table out in a lot of instances is going to be manual cars where the driver is more apt to lugging at low RPM, or a heavy truck that may be towing, or just a truck that's got big tires, low number, gear ratios and things like that. So what happens, as you can see in a log, a lot of times you'll be driving down the road, you'll come up to a hill or something like that, and you'll start rolling into the pedal a little bit to keep the speed up, and it'll stay in a higher gear. The load or the airflow, the grams per second, grams per cylinder goes up, and what happens is you can start running into some knock retard there because of the high load, low RPM, especially if you've gone in and jacked the timing up a little bit, like a lot of us tried to do, to try and get some better fuel mileage out. So again, this is a 2012 stock file here from a 6.2 gas truck. So like I was saying, a lot of times you'll be cruising down the highway, or come up to a hill, and you'll be somewhere in this area. And then as you get on the gas a little bit to try and maintain speed, you're going to be coming down like this down the table, and you might run into some knock retard issues. So what we can do here, instead of, like I said, most people are just going to go in and zero this table out. What we can do is we can leave this timing table, this base timing table, a little more conservative to keep ourselves out of the knock retard, and we can use this adder table to our advantage. We don't have to run this high of numbers, but we can add 2-3 degrees kind of as necessary. It's going to take some testing to play with it, figure out what's going on, what it's going to like. But we can knock some of these numbers down if we're running into KR issues and stuff with this table zeroed out like most people do. We can come in here and add a few degrees to this table while pulling a few degrees out of your base table. So that way when you go wide open throttle, you're going to get the timing that you're commanding, and assuming that timing that you're commanding is not running into knock issues. So we can get the timing that we want and that the motor wants at wide open throttle while still being in a safe, conservative spark advance number while we're just cruising around. So I do just want to make a point that this isn't the only way that table can be used. There's a lot of different ways this table can be used. Over the years, I've seen a lot of different tuners use it differently. The vast majority of people just go in and zero that out. Most of the time they'll turn off cat over temp. If it's got full exhaust on it, something like that, they get rid of the cats, they turn off cat over temp. They get rid and zero this table out, and then they basically just make their main spark, their high octane, low octane tables. They make those to give them the timing that they want while wide open throttle. You know, the engineers at GM have spent a lot of time developing these calibrations. A lot of these adder tables are there for a reason, and if you're running into issues like this, if you're getting some heavy knock retard under part throttle, high load, these adder tables that they have used and implemented, you can use them to your advantage to get the desired outcome. You've just got to play with it. You've just got to test it. So hope that was helpful. Let me know if you need any clarification on anything. I'm just kind of throwing this together real quick. I was just thinking about it off the top of my head. So let me know if you have any questions about it. If not, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.